basic infrastructure, including schools, healthcare services, and a reliable road, citing these as the main reasons behind the decline. Tourism, which was once the backbone of the village economy, has vanished due to high cost of food or lodging caused by poor inland connectivity. Bordering two hilly districts, Sangza and Kaski, Panchasi has struggled to secure development budgets from the Gandhika provincial government. Experts warn that Panchasi's decline is not an isolated case but part of a broader trend across Nepal, where inadequate infrastructure drives migration and neglects promising tourist destinations. Local representatives emphasize that federal, provincial, and local governments must coordinate effectively, prioritizing the development of roads, schools, and health services to revive both tourism and the livelihoods. As a sacred pilgrimage site for both Hindus and Buddhists, Panchasi offers a spiritual allure alongside its natural beauty. With its immense tourism potential, the region awaits better attention and investment from all three tiers of the government. Beyond the cities and the headlines, real lives continue to unfold. Stories are shaped by struggle, strengthened by resilience, and carried forward by hope. This is the hinterland, and we will be back next week with more stories from Heart of Nepal. Once again, this is Rosina Rai. Goodbye for now.
Hello, and we welcome you to NTV World's special program Look Back 2025, where we are taking a look at the major events that marked the gone year 2025. I am Bhavana Kesi. From wars, conflicts, geopolitical shifts to political revolutions, changing global economy to natural disasters to innovation to moments that made us smile, we will delve into the events that defined 2025 and tell the stories of the world we live in. Conflict, war, and geopolitical dynamics dominated the global headlines in 2025. The war in Ukraine continued into its fourth year, entrenching a prolonged conflict. A fragile ceasefire in the Israel-Gaza conflict that was reached in mid-year has reduced large-scale fighting. Tensions also flared again along parts of the Thailand-Cambodia border, with a ceasefire reached in the end of the year, easing immediate hostilities.
The Ukraine-Russia war has entered its fourth year, continuing to reshape European security, defense spending, and global energy and food markets. Fighting persists in eastern Ukraine, leaving the humanitarian situation all critical, while NATO allies face ongoing military and economic pressures. U.S. President Donald Trump launched high-profile diplomatic efforts, meeting Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky at Florida and speaking with Russian President Vladimir Putin, saying the sides are closer than ever to a ceasefire. Key sticking points, including the status of Ukraine's Donbas region, long-term security guarantees, and territorial control, remain unresolved. Russian officials have warned that battlefield tensions could affect negotiations, while Kiev insists any agreement must fully protect Ukrainian sovereignty. Meanwhile, the Israel-Gaza conflict remains a flashpoint in the Middle East, with regional tensions threatening to spill over into neighboring countries. Concerns have intensified over potential involvement by Lebanon, Iran, and maritime routes in the Red Sea, raising fears of a broader regional escalation. International observers continue to call for restraint and repeated outbreaks of violence. In Southeast Asia, tensions along the Thailand-Cambodia border flared in 2025, marking a resurgence of a long-standing territorial dispute. The clashes centered on contested areas linked to historical temple sites and border demarcations. A ceasefire was reached towards the end of year, with officials committing to renewed negotiations to resolve the dispute peacefully and prevent further escalation.
Across the globe, 2025 became a year of youth-led protest. Gen Zs took to the streets in Nepal, Indonesia, the Philippines, Timor-Leste, Mexico, Morocco, Kenya, Madagascar, Peru, demanding good governance, accountability, reforms, better services, and an end to corruption. Bangladesh also continued to experience widespread unrest in 2025, with public grievances over rising social and economic tensions in the country.
Protests erupted across multiple countries, reflecting widespread public frustration over ill governance, corruption, economic hardship, and social injustices. In Nepal, Gen Z demonstrations in early September that erupted demanding good governance, accountability, and end to corruption led to ouster of the KP Sharma-led government. The key government offices, including parliament buildings, ministries, and offices within Singapore, were gutted during the demonstrations. Indonesia saw mass rallies calling for stricter anti-corruption measures and clearer economic policies, while in the Philippines, youth-led protests demanded good governance and end to rising economic pressures. In Morocco, young demonstrators took to the streets demanding better public services and structural reforms, while in Kenya, citizens are protesting economic policies and growing inequality. Madagascar also saw activism focusing on environmental issues and governance, reflecting broader concerns over resource management. In Peru, large-scale demonstrations were held against the government and recent changes to pension policies. In Mexico, Gen Z youths rallied against corruption and rising crime rates, calling for stronger law enforcement and reforms to improve public safety. The youth protests in the gone year underscore a global pattern of civic activism, with citizens increasingly mobilizing to demand accountability, transparency, and improved economic and social policies.
In 2025, the global economy faced significant headwinds as U.S. President Donald Trump's tariff policies, including higher import taxes on a wide range of goods, reshaped trade flows and raised policy uncertainty worldwide. The International Monetary Fund repeatedly revised its growth outlook throughout the year amid these developments.
The global economy faced mounting challenges as U.S. President Donald Trump's tariff policies triggered a broad trade war, reshaping international trade flows and heightening uncertainty for businesses and policymakers worldwide. Higher import taxes on a wide range of goods, including electronics, steel, and agricultural products, prompted retaliatory tariffs from major trading partners such as China, the European Union, and Mexico, further intensifying market volatility. Economists stressed that unilateral tariff measures undermined the rules-based international trade system and could have long-term consequences for global economic stability. The International Monetary Fund repeatedly downgraded its global growth forecasts, citing the combined impact of protectionist measures, escalating trade tensions, supply chain disruptions, and rising inflation. Concerns were raised that the prolonged tariff war can slow investment, raise costs for consumers and businesses, and stall economic recovery in both developed and emerging markets across the world. In 2025, global financial markets were marked by significant price movements as both the US dollar and gold grabbed investor attention. The US dollar reached record highs against several currencies. Gold prices also surged to historic, with the precious metal repeatedly reaching record price levels above $4,000 per ounce. This combination of currency and commodity trends reflected a complex investment landscape in 2025, where market participants balanced the rising influence of dollar dynamics with the enduring appeal of gold as protection against uncertainty.
2025 was one of the hottest years on record. Extreme weather struck globally. Severe floods displaced millions in South Asia, Southeast Asia, Europe, and East Africa. Cyclones and storms were more frequent, while wildfires raged across North America, the Mediterranean, and Australia. Scientists warn that temporary breaches of 1.5 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels are becoming increasingly frequent, highlighting the escalating impact of climate change.
Marine ecosystems faced severe stress as marine heat waves intensified, causing widespread coral bleaching and disrupting fisheries. It has been warned that the loss of reef-based fish stocks threatens food security and the livelihoods of millions of coastal communities, particularly in Southeast Asia and the Pacific. Severe flooding displaced millions across South Asia, parts of Europe, and East Africa, destroying crops and infrastructure and worsening existing humanitarian crises. Countries including Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Thailand, and Colombia were particularly affected, with heavy rainfall inundating urban areas, sweeping away homes, and disrupting transportation and power networks. These floods also highlighted the increasingly erratic rainfall patterns. Large-scale wildfires in North America, the Mediterranean, and Australia, fueled by prolonged droughts and extreme heat, not only destroyed property and ecosystems, but also contributed significantly to carbon emissions, creating a feedback loop that further accelerates global warming. Meanwhile, stronger and wetter cyclones and tropical storms in the Indian Ocean and the Pacific highlighted the link between rising sea surface temperatures and storm intensity. Coastal communities faced fatalities, widespread displacements, and economic losses, exposing the limits of existing infrastructure and disaster response systems in the gone year.
Interestingly, in the gone year, artificial intelligence reshaped global dynamics, moving from a technological tool to a core political and geopolitical issue. Governments around the world raced to regulate AI as concerns grew over deepfakes, automation, and data control, which posed risk to privacy, security, and personal details.
Countries are increasingly viewing AI as a national security and economic priority. The potential for AI to disrupt labor markets, manipulate information, and influence elections has elevated it to the top of policy agendas, while international competition for AI leadership is reshaping geopolitical dynamics. The European Union, the United States, China, and other major powers have unveiled frameworks addressing data privacy, ethical AI use, and algorithmic transparency, although differences in approach are raising questions about global coordination. At the same time, governments and multinational organizations are exploring cooperative mechanisms to establish international norms, highlighting AI's dual nature as both a tool for innovation and a potential source of instability. The year 2025 showed AI is no longer solely a technology sector issue, but a force shaping diplomacy, governance, and security strategies worldwide.
In 2025, space exploration reached new milestones, from lunar and Martian missions to advanced satellites monitoring climate and communications. The year also witnessed American singer Katy Perry performing a live song from orbit, blending science and entertainment in a moment that captured global attention.
Space agencies across the globe reported significant achievements in 2025, highlighting both scientific breakthroughs and cultural milestones. NASA, alongside private partners, launched new robotic and crewed missions to the moon, advancing efforts to establish a sustained human presence. At the same time, Russia's Roscosmos conducted crewed orbital missions and advanced lunar research projects, reaffirming its role as a key player in global space exploration. Beyond lunar missions, China and the United Arab Emirates expanded Mars exploration programs, deploying orbiters and surface probes that provided critical data on planetary geology, atmospheric conditions, and potential signs of past water. These missions aim not only to answer fundamental questions about planetary formation, but also to lay the groundwork for future human colonization and interplanetary research. Adding a cultural dimension to 2025's space achievements, American singer Katy Perry performed a live song from orbit, broadcast to audiences on Earth. The event, organized in collaboration with space agencies, symbolized a unique intersection of science, technology, and global culture. Officials said the performance was designed to inspire younger generations to ignite public interest in space exploration.
The world of sports offered moments of triumph. PSC clinched its first UEFA Champions League trophy. Preparations for the expanded FIFA World Cup also continued, promising a more global tournament in 2026.
India marked the return of the ICC Champions Trophy after an 8-year gap by lifting the title for a record third time in the UAE in March. Virat Kohli's century against Pakistan had lit up the group stage, while Rohit Sharma anchored the final with a composed 76 off 83 balls as India chased down 252 to beat New Zealand by 4 wickets. In women's football, England successfully defended its European crown by beating Spain on penalties in the Swiss city of Basel in the final of Euro 2025. England's victorious Lionesses later celebrated their dramatic triumph along with tens of thousands of ecstatic fans outside Buckingham Palace in London. In club football, Paris Saint-Germain PSG claimed its first UEFA Champions League trophy in 2025, thrashing Inter Milan 5-0. The victory not only boosted the club's international profile, but also signaled France's growing influence in European football. Preparations for the expanded 2026 FIFA World Cup continued, with organizers planning to accommodate 48 teams across the host countries, the USA, Mexico, and Canada. Infrastructure projects, including stadium upgrades, transport networks, and fan accommodations, are underway. Officials emphasized that the expanded format aims to make the World Cup more global and inclusive, while also presenting logistical challenges in scheduling, security, and coordination among host nations. However, fan groups have branded the ticket prices as outrageous, with some prices reportedly 3 times higher than those seen at the previous edition of the tournament held in Qatar in 2022.
The year 2025 also witnessed an unusual mix of unusual and bizarre old events that captured public attention worldwide. Among them, a daring heist at France's museum topped headlines, while the craze for Labubu dolls became a global cult.
The daring heist at France's Louvre Museum in 2025 captured global attention as thieves reportedly targeted rare and priceless artworks under highly sophisticated circumstances. Authorities said the operation involved careful planning, advanced tools, and an unprecedented breach of security protocols, raising concerns about the vulnerability of even the world's most iconic cultural institutions. In response, museums and galleries across Europe and beyond tightened security measures, implementing advanced surveillance systems, reinforced display cases, and stricter access controls. The investigation into the Louvre heist continues, with authorities vowing to recover the stolen pieces and bring the perpetrators to justice. If 2025 had a face, it was undoubtedly made of vinyl, with pointy ears, big eyes, and a grin with precisely 9 teeth. Created by Hong Kong artist Ka-Sing Leung and adapted from picture book series The Monsters, the slightly scary-looking Labubu could be seen hanging from everybody's bags in the gone year. Nano Banana and the Studio Ghibli trend emerged as one of the most heartwarming viral moments of 2025, captivating audiences worldwide. Memes also took center stage in 2025, with viral phrases such as "Trump take egg" reflecting public anxiety over inflation. Election of Zohran Mamdani to the post of New York mayor also highlighted the expanding role of digital platforms in shaping political influence, particularly among younger voters, and underscored how internet culture increasingly intersects with contemporary politics. These viral phenomenons of 2025 highlighted how pop culture and digital tools can combine to create shared, uplifting experiences.
That was a recap of 2025, a year that was a mix of conflict, social changes, economic shifts, innovation, and unexpected moments to viral crazes that captured the world's attention. Now, as we turn our eyes to 2026, we hope this year brings peace, progress, and joyful moments. As we say goodbye, we'll leave you with the celebrations of cities welcoming the 2026 with dazzling fireworks, musical performances, and jubilant gatherings. Have a great year ahead.
Human beings have made drastic progress in the sector of handicrafts with the development of civilization from the Stone Age until the 21st century. These include and are not limited to works of art, sculptures, wood and metal crafts. These handicrafts have also found religious, historic, cultural and archaeological acceptance and significance. Religious texts have identified the attraction of human settlements in the mountainous region of Nepal, which has always remained an independent sovereign nation. Ramapithecus human remains found in Butwal of West Nepal clarifies that human settlement had begun in Nepal more than 10 million years ago. We find historic references of works of handicrafts made by those living in this region. Such Nepali handicrafts are artistic and useful, therefore also successful in gaining international appreciation. Instead of the modern handicrafts, Nepal is well introduced in the international community by its traditional and historic works of art and craft. Millions of tourists who visit Nepal every year observe, study and relish the traditional handicrafts available at religious shrines. The high-quality woods brought from local forests are seasoned before being carved. Nepali woodcrafts are not only popular inside the country, but also have a demand abroad and therefore are exported. In addition to sculptures of gods and goddesses, artistic doors and windows, among other furniture, are made from wood in Nepal. Best examples of Nepali woodcraft can be taken as the artistic carvings at palaces, temples and other religious shrines in Kathmandu, Lalitpur and Bhaktapur. The 6th century woodcraft present at Rudravarna Mahavihar in Okubahal of Lalitpur is considered the oldest. Nepali woodcraft continues to thrive with the creativity, dedication and effort of trained artists. Artist Punyaraj Tuladhar, popular around the world, shares his experience. Lalitpur is popular around the world for its metal craft in Nepal. Works of metal craft produced here had a great demand in countries including Bhutan, Japan, China and European nations. Metal statues are developed using two methods in Nepal: repose art and lost wax process, both widely popular around the world. Repose art is a metalworking technique in which a malleable metal, silver, copper and brass among others, is shaped by hammering from the reverse side to create a design in low relief. Small sheets of metal are cut based on required measurement to form different organs of statues before being welded together. Designs and patterns are then carved into the structure. Gold is plated in some works such as metalcraft as well. Such metal sheets are also used in the roof of temples and other religious shrines. Lost wax process is the technique by which a metal sculpture, often silver, gold, brass or bronze, is cast from an original sculpture of wax made of honeycomb. Molten metal is poured into a mold that has been created by means of a wax model. Once the mold is made, the wax model is melted and drained away. In the second phase, the metal sculpture is cleaned with different machines or equipment. After filling of the sculpture, it is then plated with gold or painted with colors based on the requirements. Most of such sculptures are found in Buddhist and Hindu religious shrines. Globally recognized senior artist Krodh Kala Shiromani Kalu Kumale shares his experience. Existing sculptures present in Nepal and at museums abroad prove that the works of sculptures have a long history in the country. Sculptures made using the lost wax process have a huge demand in China and other countries and continue to be exported. Okubahal, Nagbahal, Haugal and Tangal, among other places, are the pioneers in metal craft. Likewise, metal crafts of Tansen in Palpa, Chainpur and Bhojpur are also popular around the world. Silver filigree art of Nepal is internationally recognized. The genre, which began during the Lichavi era and grew in the Malla era, is considered quality work of art of Nepal. Attractive shapes are made from metals including silver, and precious stones are then used to create artistic objects. It is believed that works of filigree art were the first ones to be purchased by tourists. Artists speak of a huge demand of quality Nepali filigree art in the international market. Senior artist Dilliraj Shakya shares his experience. Stone art is taken as a significant category of handicrafts. Equipment including hammers is used in development of beautiful sculptures. This form of art had begun with the development of different kinds of weapons. They are strong and durable and therefore remain intact. Most of the sculptures of gods and goddesses are made from stones. Likewise, sculptures of animals, stone taps, temples, religious symbols and goods used in daily lives are also made from stone. Most of such sculptures are made from the stones found in local hills, including Hattiban, Machegao, Tika Bhairav, Godavari and Kharpa, among others. Senior artist Dharmaraj Shakya says that Nepal's stone art has a unique identity. Of the stone sculptures found so far, a sculpture of King Jaya Varma found in Harigao and currently conserved at National Museum in Chhaoni is considered to be the oldest historic sculpture. Likewise, sculptures in Changu installed by King Mandev, another found in Tilganga near Pashupati, a sculpture of Vishnu Vikrant in Lazimpat, and the one at Budhanil Kantha are also considered historic. Sculpture of Birupaksha Kirateshwar Mahadev at Pashupati Aryaghat, Vishwaroop at Changu, Garud Sayan Vishnu sculpture, Palanchuk Bhagwati, Gazalakshmi of Lalitpur, Chashal Hiti and Krishna Mandir of Patan, among others, are considered the best stone sculptures of Nepal. Terracotta sculptures and masks, among other artworks, are made from clay. Terracotta works are thought to have been in existence in Nepal from a long time. According to historians and archaeologists, terracotta works found during a recent excavation administered by the Department of Archaeology were from the 2nd century BC. In recent practices, terracotta works are made before the development of metal sculptures. Different goods used in daily life are made from terracotta works. In addition to the sculptures of religious figures, products such as cups and plates, among other utensils, are also made from terracotta technique, while they are sold in domestic and foreign markets as well. Artists who have been working with terracotta for ages live in Thimi of Bhaktapur, Dang and Kapilvastu. Popular artist Gopal Kalapremi says the creativity and dedication of Nepali artists has been uplifting terracotta works in and outside of Nepal. Pauba art is made in the Kathmandu Valley and is considered as a traditional art form. This form of art is known as Thanga in Tibet. In Tibetan language, documentation and archives of gods and goddesses is called Thanku or Thanga. In this form of art, color from natural minerals is used to paint the pictures of religious figures on cloth. The large figure of main god and goddesses is placed at the center, while remaining gods and goddesses are placed in relatively smaller figures at the other parts. The background of this form of art includes different kinds of flowers, clouds, trees, and birds and animals. An artwork of Ratnasambhav Buddha conserved at the County Museum in Los Angeles of the United States of America is considered to be the oldest Paubha art which was developed in the 13th century. The Amitabha Buddha art of the 13th century, also at the County Museum alongside Vishnu Mandala of 1420 and the 19th century's Sahas Bhujalokeshwar saved at the National Museum in Chhaoni, are considered to be Nepal's best Paubha artworks. The demand of Paubha artworks is increasing in Nepal and the foreign market. Popular and senior artist Lok Chitrakar says continuous efforts of talented artists has helped increase the popularity of Nepali Paubha art. Nepali handicrafts have established a significant position in the international community for their traditional, religious, social, historic and archaeological richness. Nepal Academy of Fine Arts has been conducting significant tasks in regards to conservation, promotion and development of Nepali handicrafts. Active involvement of experienced, skilled and talented artists, along with their devotion and sacrifices, have been rejuvenating Nepali handicrafts and helping establish a unique and superior identity of Nepal in the international community.
In the natural splendor, the silver-like peaks or the Himalayas glisten. Cradling a pond filled with milk in its lap, the Numbur Himal gleams. The Dudkunda, meaning a milk pond in Nepal's northeastern district of Solukhumbu, is truly the gateway to the paradise. The Numbur, Khatang and Karyalung mountains seem to smile at all times. Adorned with a garland of colorful flowers, the Dudkunda is overflowing as if filled with milk. The very sight defines nature at its best. Feels as if the Numbur mountain is giving motherly affection, holding the lake in its lap. The beauty is so serene and virgin that one fears not to stain it by touching. Indeed, Dudkunda is nature at its purest form. Located at Solu Dudkunda municipality, Taksindu, the natural paradise draws many visitors. No matter how many words are spent describing it, they all feel inadequate upon reaching there. The name itself is fulfilling and equally sacred.
हजारौं नरनारीहरू चाहिँ तीर्थयात्रीहरू दुधकुण्डमा जानुभएको छ। म पनि पुगेर आएँ। दुधकुण्ड असाध्यै पवित्र स्थल, यो हिमाल काखमा रहेको तीर्थस्थल हो, पुण्यस्थल हो, देवस्थल हो र त्यहाँ चाहिँ एकचोटि पुग्नै पर्दो रहेछ। त्यहाँ पुगेर जुन आनन्दको अनुभूति हुन्छ त्यो चाहिँ कहीँ पनि पाइँदैन भन्ने चाहिँ महसुस भयो।
आनन्द लाग्यो, भएन मस्त लाग्यो। अनि यो ठाउँमा चाहिँ आएर तपस्या गरेर बस्नु जस्तो जस्तो लाग्यो मलाई।
एकदमै राम्रो लाग्यो हैन, प्रकृतिले दिएको रमणीय तीर्थस्थल हैन, जो कोही पनि एकचोटि चाहिँ यहाँ आएर एकचोटि भ्रमण गरेर दर्शन गर्नुपर्छ जस्तो लाग्यो।
Situated at an altitude of 4,531 meters above the sea level, Dudkunda is a sacred pilgrimage site of culture and nature. It feels like nature has blessed this place, and culturally, it has bound all castes and ethnicities in a thread of unity. There are various legends and sayings about Dudkunda. One argument is that the pond was formed during the creation of the Himalayas and was discovered by local sheep and yak herders. According to another legend, in ancient times, a yak would go to a stone where the pond is located and offer its milk every day. Later, the place was found to be a pond filled with milk, leading to its name, Dudkunda. This has also led to the belief that gods and goddesses reside here. There are 3 different routes to reach Dudkunda. One route is through Salleri, Faplu, Taksindu and Sasrabeni. Another route goes via Lukla, the gateway to the Everest, through Nunthala, Taksindu and Sahasrabeni. Nature has truly blessed the Solu Dudkunda municipality. Truly, just like the majestic Mount Everest, Dudkunda has the potential to be the destination for everyone in the days to come. It is a thread of unity among all castes and ethnicities. Just like the holy water of Dudkunda, it will become a pure and excellent destination. Only after 6 decades of the institutional development of the now popular game of cricket did Nepal get the opportunity to play in the World Cup. Although cricket was introduced in Nepal during the Rana regime, the sport was confined to a limited number of people, namely the elite. It all started with equipment brought by students returning from their studies in Britain and India. Although Cricket Association of Nepal (CAN) was established in 1947, cricket remained centered among a few affluent individuals and in limited tournaments for a long time. Starting with the Vishnu Trophy in 1948, tournaments were limited to competitions like the Madan